I've tested mine. Mine seemed to work just fine.
Excellent. All right, so we are going to be starting Reign of Winter, The Snows of Summer. This adventure path originates assuming that the group members already know each other. So I would like each of you to talk a little bit about your characters, their backgrounds, their personalities, and then group brainstorm how you may have encountered or known each other prior to the start of the adventure path. It begins in the city of Helgen, where some of you may be residents and some of you may be stopping through on your travels.
All right, who wants to go first?
Brett.
Okay. Well, Sidian Malikos is originally from Zemar down well, here in Taldir. He is part of a merchant family who traditionally makes trips between through Taldir and down to damn, what was the name of the other country to the south?
Korvosa?
No, not Corvosa. It's Kadar. Is that it?
Oh, Kadira.
Yeah, between Taldir and Kadira. And throughout his life, he's he has heard tales of adventurers throughout Golorion, and he wants to do something different in his life than just become a traveling merchant. So he decided to take a trip. He wants to head to Absalom, and in order to get there, he's going to go through Kadir and take the port there. So he's going to stop off at Haldren because it's right on the border.
Neat.
Cool. I already have a good way to make your character know both of my characters.
Okay. For Giles, I think he'll be a little bit difficult to try and integrate that way because he's originally from Ustalav. He's a member of a minor noble house that has fallen out of favor. And when he was a kid, no, not really a kid, when he was a teenager, his family, he's the only child. He and his parents were taking their carriage back to their estate after seeing a play based upon the famous Corvosan swordsman Blackjack.
No. No, you're not doing what I think you're about.
What is he doing?
You're catching on better than Magic did, apparently.
Yeah, my brain's been all over the place these last couple weeks.
So I am out of the.
I Batmaned him, okay?
Oh, you made Batman.
What happened is that a hag attacked their carriage and slaughtered both of his parents in front of him and took him back to her lair. Cut off his foot and ate it.
Yummy.
Carved odd symbols and chunks out of his flesh. That's why his face has that scar on it. He was eventually rescued by some adventurers. He then devoted his time after that to training and to study. He is a empiricist investigator, so he's quite intelligent. And he started hearing rumors about a possible witch that had been traveling through the regions. And since he's good at solving puzzles, he determined that this witch was heading towards Haldren. And he felt compelled to track it down. And so that's why he's in Haldren.
Cool. I guess I'll go with my character's backstory if Brett's done.
I am.
All right. So, Two siblings, both fairly weird. Iggy and Ziggy Stardust are a pair of traveling merchants. Well, one is a merchant, and the other is basically towing around with her brother to make sure he doesn't get captured by slavers, dies, or some other stupid thing, or meets their grandfather, a giant chromatic white dragon, who is pretty evil.
So wait, are they kobolds?
Yes.
are.
Huh.
They come from the Thunderscale tribe. I mean, not Thunderscale, the Ice Render tribe. On the Tusk Mountains. They're also one of them has a skull. It's really up to Magic to whether or not the skull can be heard by the other players.
Well, the skull doesn't have any magical properties.
Yet.
It's just a skull.
But I will make it a point to get it to Magified at some point.
Nice.
So that way my character can have a talking skull named Mercutio. I was originally going to name it Yorick, but I was like, that's too on the nose. So I went with another Shakespearean character. But yeah, that's basically their backstory. They're just merchants who travel.
Okay, yeah, I can see how one of them would know, or at least both of them would know Sidian.
Right.
I'm trying to activate hero points. It's not going too
I
good.
think these.
Anybody remember how to activate hero points in Hero Lab?
Yeah, it is. So you can figure hero. It is. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Advanced Player's Guide hero points. It's near the top.
Lord. Oh my god, I'm done.
Welcome to the group.
Meetings are every Friday.
6:30. All right. The Cold Moon Brothers. They are originally from Iris, the region this particular adventure path is gonna be in, because they had heard that Baba Yaga had. So you've got Sahu and you got Rahu. And the way it works is Sahu is the smarter, older brother, while Rahu is the brother who goes in and beats things with whatever weapon he happens to conjure up. They have returned to Irison to right some family wrongs.
Ironbite, we're not starting in Irison. We're starting in Toldir.
Well, Toldir, that's the stop.
Oh dear.
Toldir is far away from Irison.
How far away is it?
Like
Very-
other side of the planet.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Why are they here?
They took a wrong turn and haven't figured out how to get it back yet.
Actually, pretty much works. I mean,
It helps to look at a map of Glorion.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Like these, my characters, they have an excuse for why they're not near the Tusk Mountains because one of them is a merchant, and the other one's watching them said merchant to make sure he doesn't get murdered.
Anybody got a map of?
Got you covered, fam.
There's Irison. Ah, thank you. So where are we?
Toldir.
Where's
Taldor.
Toldir?
Taldor is to the southeast of Uslav.
When did we go to Irison? Oh wow, yeah, they're really far away.
Like I said, they made a wrong turn and they just haven't corrected it yet.
I
You
knew
know
I
what?
should have
It
taken
would-
that left turn in Albuquerque.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me. They don't have the best sense of.
So yeah, so we're in a desert-like environment right now.
Why is this adventure path starting here?
Huh. I'm looking at Taldir. They're not that far from the Tusk Mountains where we start up.
Tom seems to be having fun. Wow, we're really starting far away. All right, I'm revising this. All right, so basically they're traveling up to Earth, and they're stopping in Helden for a nonce. They're attempting to figure out where they went wrong. But yeah, originally the Cold Moons are from Irison. And they're heading back there because they heard Baba Yaga might be back. They got a score to settle. So you got Sahu. He's the mysterious stranger. Then you got Rahu, and he hits things with a variety of weapons.
It's like he's got a Swiss Army knife.
He is a Swiss Army knife.
Oh yeah, I suppose we should probably gone over our character classes.
Alright. Iggy is a bard. Ziggy is a bard, and Iggy is a sorcerer.
Alright, Sidian is a Eldritch Scion Magus. And Giles is a Empiricist Investigator.
I got a gunslinger and a fighter.
Yay, at least we have tanks.
To be more accurate, your fighter is a Gloomblade.
Yep.
And your gunslinger is a Mysterious Stranger.
Yep.
Like
So
the
dark
Fallout
clothes with eyeliner, and then a guy sitting in a train in the other room in the corner.
Yeah, pretty much.
And by the way, Giles really does have a peg leg.
If this were one of my games, I would eventually try to persuade you into turning that into a cannon or something.
Okay, there, Planet Terror.
What?
Do you also
There was a
think
character in
that
my one of my stories named Captain Cannonbeard. He literally had a cannon.
Okay, so
Oh, so his name is Captain Cannonbeard. That must just be a metaphor. Arrgh! No, I really do have a cannon in me, baby.
okay, so now we need to figure out how we're going to integrate these characters together.
I mean, me and Brett already have a pretty good idea of why our characters hang.
Yeah, for at least between Sidian and the Ziggy brothers.
Well, brother and sister.
Stardust Sibs.
By the way,
I
Sidian.
mean, if you want, you could even think that they're just on the road having some bizarre adventures.
I hate you.
By the way,
Yeah, I know you do.
Sidian is short for Obsidian.
Of course it is, you edgelord bastard.
Actually, I got that from a book.
and you already know where I got my characters' names from.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
So now we need to work out how Giles is going to be integrated between everyone else, and also how Sidian relates to the Cold Moon brothers.
Well, the fact of the matter is,
Hired muscle?
I mean, essentially, Rahu and Sahu are used to doing that, and also, you know, the fact that they're looking for witches, you'd also integrate in that.
Wait,
I'll be right back.
wait, they're also vigilante witch hunters. They both have that trait.
Okay. So the Cold Moon brothers happen to be a pair of mercenaries. Okay, they're heading north on rumors of the return of Baba Yaga, the Witch of Witches. Be right back.
Okay.
A magic dealer.
He's AFK for a bit.
Oh, because I have a higher resolution image than that. So Zai, you collect.
I'm back.
Zai, do you collect swords?
What do you mean?
Well, you mentioned something about buying a sword or something. Oh, it's a reproduction lightsaber, so
Yeah.
so not really much of a sword collecting, I guess.
No, I have actual real life swords. It's just that I was just thinking about getting it if I decide to go as a Jedi again for the convention I go to next year.
Have you ever heard of a reviewer on YouTube called Skilligrim?
Yes, I have.
Well, there's a sword that he reviewed a while back that I wanted to grab because it's really cheap, and for it being a cheap sword, it's actually really good. The Kingfisher Machete.
Really?
Yeah, it's like $70.
Hmm.
And he did a review of it, and it was actually a really good sword. Although the one he just posted, the sword he just did a review on, I mean, this sword is like really, really nice, but it's $1,400.
Yeah. I actually have a few costume things I have queued up in my what do they call it? In my Amazon wish list for two different events. One is for going to a convention, and the other is for a Ren Fair.
Hmm.
Yes, I very much want to go as part of my ancestral heritage. Which part of my ancestral heritage? I don't know, because my ancestors came from like 6 different places.
Hmm.
Yes, they came from Scotland, Ireland, France, Spain. They're also Native Americans, and they might be Moors.
Hmm.
Brett,
Yeah?
if we end up going through Ustalav, I'm gonna shoot you. I had enough of Ustalav already.
Is that where you guys were last campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Carrying Crown.
Carrying Crown.
That all took place in Ustalav.
So done with that. Except the fact that Ustalav is supposed to be the horror area, but
It turns out the real horror were the players.
yeah, pretty much.
You were the real monsters all along.
Cue Rod Sterling monologue.
Come to. Oh, I really wanted that plasma ball to impact first. 3 fucking rounds. Even if you had beefed up, that is just such a dumb way to end an adventure path. Oh, hey, so you're gonna fight Cthulhian monsters and Lovecraftian monsters and uber vampires and spirits, the likes of which you'll never see, and we ended on a failed lit.
Could be worse.
Yeah. How could it be worse?
Could have all had your souls stolen.
That's another AP. That's the follow-up to the carry.
Yeah, Tyrant's Wrath, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, it is technically the last adventure path for first edition.
What, does it end with the end of the world and all of our souls taken?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think so. It was the first one they did. It was the last one they did before they started doing stuff for second edition.
Okay. If I was gonna know that I was gonna be ending my ending something, I would make it so that it was like super apocalyptic and shit like that.
Yeah, just run the Apocalypse Stone.
Ah.
You ever heard of that one?
No, I don't know many adventure paths. Remember, I don't do adventure paths. I make my own shit.
It's not Pathfinder. It's D&D.
Don't play much D&D.
And it is the campaign that you run when your players have gotten too powerful to the point where the game is almost unplayable, and you just want to nuke everything.
It's basically the rocks fall, everyone dies of campaign.
Pretty much, just basically, the world is ending, and it's the player's fault.
There's a video on Tumblr that I really want to show you, and I know Ironbite's probably seen it. It's I'll mention specifically what it is. It's Michael Myers with it's hard to describe it because I don't think my words could really do this video justice. And I guarantee you've probably seen it, Ironbite, because you follow Elle on Tumblr.
I did follow
What made you stop following her?
some jackass got my Twitter account suspended.
That has nothing to do with Tumblr.
Oh, Tumblr. Okay, never mind. Ah, yes. Spoonie's Apocalypse.
But the video I'm talking about, and I think you've seen it, Ironbite, was where Michael Myers has Michael Jackson music around, and he's like doing that.
Yes, and somebody insults him, and he goes, "Well, time to kill this jackass." Yes,
I gotta
know
link.
exactly. Around Halloween. Okay,
This is the last. It is the funniest thing ever.
yes. So back to this game. So we've got 3 merchants, a witch hunter, and a pair of mercenaries.
That's weird.
God, it's so fucking stupid.
Oh. Those.
Yeah. I will say our party's a pretty weird one, huh?
Like $10 an hour. At the
Honestly, this can work. I mean, like I said, so you got a
4 years,
witch hunter
4 years. Yeah.
who,
So you were a
you know,
teenager when you got
hears
together?
the same rumors that the cold moon's here.
Right when he got to college, 4-year dated, broke up.
Although I don't know how we get up north,
Gus.
because this is a pretty far away.
It's sad, man.
My life turned around since then.
So, all right, good. That's good. You know what? It really has. It really has.
Yeah.
Now look at you now.
Now I'm on a game show, Mom.
Look at you now. Which
I
boy,
did
does that leave
not
us with
realize
something here. John,
How
remind us what yours was.
how far away.
All right.
That's
I
why
was
you
once
always look at a
mistaken
map.
As a gay prostitute by a persistent lawyer.
Which that word persistent is my favorite part of it. Gab, you're gonna have 60 seconds to question him about that. Be careful. And he's starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
What was the lawyer's name?
It was Stan.
Stan what?
I don't remember his last name. I just
The
remember
lawyer.
His name was Stan, which is a weird name for a lawyer.
How did you meet Stan?
I didn't meet Stan. Stan sent a letter to my house. I was living with my parents at the time. I did talk with Stan on the phone later.
What are you talking about?
Talking about that he got the wrong person. Because he was trying to summons me for a trial involving a divorce, and I was not the gay prostitute that was involved with this divorce.
Who's divorced?
Some couple. I don't remember their name anymore.
So it's like a wrong number situation.
It was a wrong address,
That
and
was the
I
party
did.
Uh, we've sort of thought of where. I mean, the best we came up with was that the Coleman brothers are like hired muscle. The other characters.
Okay. Hired muscle.
It's a pretty easy explanation.
They're basically guarding y'all because the other two are merchants.
Yeah.
Well, two merchants, the
Well,
merchant's sister, and then the investigator. Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. There's a bit of a problem with this idea. Is that the Coleman brothers are going north.
Yeah, and
Sidian and Giles are going south.
why?
Because Giles comes from Usla, which is from the north, so he's moving south. Giles is at least going west and south.
So a simple patch to that is that y'all are going from the north to the south. The Cold Moon Brothers hooked up with the merchants on their way back north last time, and now they're coming back down south. Means y'all have had a little bit of time to get to know each other on your
Sorry about
caravan. Does that sound okay?
Sounds
Yeah. Quick question: since my characters are we're merchants, do we get to? Will there be opportunities where we can sell stuff just off the blue?
Making money off of a profession in Pathfinder uses the profession skill. And you roll a d20 plus your modifiers to that profession skill, and that determines how much you can make. It does
Okey-dokey.
take a chunk of time to do so, and if you guys choose to do that, that will be time you spend doing that. I mean, that's ultimately up
All
to
right.
y'all.
Just wanted to make sure because I like playing my characters' backgrounds.
But this is an adventure path, so opportunities will come and go.
Right. I think my characters will probably just do it anytime they reach a major town. So.
All right. So the next thing we got to talk about is we have some unusual races here. We have some kobolds. We have some
I
other
don't-
difficult to
I don't know what you're
identify.
talking about. I mean, I'm just playing a pair of humans, exceedingly pale humans.
Mhm.
Are they Danfirs?
No,
No.
there's something else.
Sears?
No.
That
I
other weird
wish I
humanoid
would've
looking
gone
race?
Seer. No, they're just a couple of palish humans that seem to fade into the darkness. Nothing for you guys to worry about.
Are they dark elves who just look like human?
No.
Ah,
No.
God, no, I would never play a drow in Pathfinder. Fuck that shit.
why?
Why?
Because drow aren't that good.
I'm pretty sure you can make them well, make them pretty good. I mean, look at me. I play a race that gets shit on all the damn time.
Dude, I've played kobolds before. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like them so much.
In one universe, one of them is the god of the forest.
Okay, so your characters are fetchlings.
There you go.
It took me a while to remember the name.
Yeah, there are pair of fetchlings that do run around as humans, as disguised as humans most. Of the
So we have 2 fetchlings, 2 kobolds, a tiefling, and a human.
Yep,
Everyone will hate our asses.
not really.
Yeah, that's the question. How much do we want to play up the racial stuff? Because if we dive into that, there's going to be some definite issues considering kobolds are a monster race. I'm fine with hand waving that if you want to.
I mean, you could probably just hand wave it as they're known. They're known merchants. So so if they know what they look like, they probably won't get stopped.
I mean, you will be
Stone?
going to places you haven't gone to before, and it will come up otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all up to you. I can do it either way.
I prefer not to deal with a massive amount of races. I will go so far as to say, they're not that trusted, but in terms of
All right, we'll go with low key then.
Yeah, like there's always going to be that one guy who's like, kobolds, I hate them. Let's all get around it. And everybody's like, what? Dude, just stop. Shut up.
Though, after a couple sessions, that might be you.
That probably will be me.
Dun, dun, dun. That's the 3rd time you set us on fire.
I imagine.
You have to control your burning hands, or I can't control my pistol.
Except none of my characters use fire. If anything, they would suck against fire, considering their ancestry is white dragons.
Tell me about it.
I do find it funny that I'm a black person playing a character with a bunch of white ancestry.
You're so woke.
Go fuck yourself.
No thanks. I can't bend that way anymore. My back gets too hurts.
All right, some game stuff. I will leave your characters open for you to adjust until we hit level 2. Once everybody levels up to 2, your choices and such and so on are set. The exception to that is that you cannot trade out purchased equipment, with the exception of like your armor and weapons and such, if you actually change classes entirely.
Got
So
it.
your gear's your gear.
Okay.
Okay, well, I've got a pretty good gear. How are we doing leveling? Experience.
That was my next
are we gonna be
question.
are we doing milestones, or are we gonna actually try to keep track of experience?
So I will tell you this, that two things about this adventure path is that the leveling points are vaguer than normal, which can significantly impact the difficulty. Meaning, if in the chart at the beginning where it says they should level up at this point, at that point, at that point, is much more vague than normal for adventure paths. So you may end up being less strong than you could be if you had tracked experience from the beginning. But then you would have to track experience from the beginning and write it down every time I hand it to you and make sure you don't miss writing it down.
Well, we are pretty good about keeping experience good, but there have been times when we were like, what are we at? And it was like 4 wildly different numbers. So we were like,
Yeah. And going forward, because it's been such a problem, I'm going to say, whatever your experience is, that's what your experience is.
So guys, what do
So
you
you
say?
better track it.
Milestones or track?
I'm willing to give tracking a try.
Brett, you down for tracking?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll track.
Anything else we need to
Track
bring
are
up?
we on? What experience track are we on? Slow, medium, or fast?
We'll dig that up when it becomes relevant here.
All right.
I believe,
I don't remember at the moment.
I believe all APs are medium.
So that would put the next level at what?
2000.
Okay, just making sure. I want to put that on my character sheet so I don't forget it.
It actually goes pretty fast if we're chugging along.
All right, that's saved.
Yeah, medium XP track. All right. So, some of you have fully kitted yourselves out. Some of you are light on gear. Have you all made all of the purchases that you intend on making before the AP starts?
Yep.
I'm good. I mean, I've got everything that I'm wanting.
Let's see here. I got 30 gold left on Sidian and 30 left in Guile. So not really much else I can think of buying at the no. I got 14 on Sidian. So not really anything else I can think of buying at the moment. Let me take a quick gander.
Oh, let's
Pesh is
set
pretty
this.
good.
Yeah.
No
Let's-
mummy dust.
That was just so bad. I don't want to track inventory this time around.
So there's such a thing as communal inventory.
I
No,
can't afford it.
no.
Traditionally, one person keeps track of all of the loot that the party acquires, determines how much it is worth so that it can be sold and dispersed when the party goes to town.
I would say that should be me, but I'm very absent-minded. It'll be me.
Zagreed, are you on push to talk?
No.
You might want to change that because you keep cutting off.
Okay. Shit.
Well, we could always revert to the other style, whereas we come up with loot, people have to place it in their actual inventories.
How annoying is that to keep track of?
Very.
More so, but if nobody wants to do the group tracking, then
I suppose I could do it.
Thank you.
I was about to say we could just have a
No.
roll a dice
no,
for it or something.
No. What Zagreed, what we do is I keep track of everything in a Google spreadsheet. and then when we get to a point where we can sell it off, I just sell it off en masse unless somebody wants something out of it. The thing is, I've kept track of the inventory for the past 2 games, and I'm tired.
I'll take care of it if you guys don't want it. I'll just have to try to not, let my mind wander when we're not doing stuff.
Brett's got it.
Oh yeah, I'll do it. All right. Yeah, I don't. There's really nothing else I can think of buying that I can afford right now. And it's not.
I could buy more stuff, but I don't want to.
And it's not. It's always a good idea to have some money in reserve.
Yeah, you could definitely buy more stuff, but I don't know if you could carry it.
Yeah, Rahu and Rahu's got 33. Sahu's got 22.
Yeah, because Giles is already sitting at a medium load, and with his peg leg, his movement is down to 15.
Ooh, that's gonna make things interesting. Okay.
I don't know what load my characters are at. They have a pretty low load. Words! Fuck me. Excuse me for a moment while I recompose myself. But they can't really carry that much since they're pretty fucking small. And they got...
It actually reminded me of something that I almost forgot to mention. By which I mean I totally forgot to mention when I was looking over your characters. Your sorcerer is wearing padded armor. Padded armor has a chance of spell failure.
I am aware. The only reason I got it is because her AC was shit.
That's fair. I could also suggest the Haramaki as an alternative.
Yeah, the Haramaki is apparently a very... I wish you could stack them, but you can't.
Nope. But it's same honor bonus of +1, no dex max, no armor check penalty, no arcane spell failure. It's 3 gold.
Alright, I'll replace the padded armor.
That would be good.
It's up to you, but I know arcane spell failure sucks on the caster.
Wait, my sorcerer isn't wearing, she's wearing a reinforced tunic. My bard's the one wearing padded armor.
Okay.
Oh, your bard's going to be fine. Ah, interesting. From the Adventurer's Armory 2. Oh, yeah, it's still got the 5% arcane spell failure, though.
Meh, I can live with it.
Yeah, 5 is pretty low.
Okay. And just don't like having to roll every time. That's my personal preference. I'm lazy. Okay, well. Does anybody think of anything else we need to do before we start?
Die.
Well, no, that would come last.
Or second.
We can always come up with reasons why we don't want to die.
It's incredibly difficult to get your dry cleaning back.
My character doesn't want to die at least until he becomes the greatest merchant of all time.
Oh, good luck.
That is his dream, to be the merchant king.
All right. Well, we can either call it here for today, or if you want, we can step into the adventure path.
If we step into it right now, it's going to be like... I don't know. You guys think we have time? Or do you want to start fresh, Nick?
I got all the time in the world. Don't got anything to do tomorrow.
Yeah, Brett's got to work tonight, but usually end it before then, and I have to work tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning.
Ouch.
Yeah, no. Personally, I'd like to start fresh next week. That's my preference. Brett, you got anything?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay.
Okay.
So before we go, Zachary,